miles, hours before they even get to our international boundary fence.
Immigration enforcement and border security are top priorities in the early days of the Trump administration. And that's raising a lot of questions here at home, where the Migration Policy Institute estimated an unauthorized population of 132,000 people in Riverside County in 2019. Hello, I'm Karen Devine.
And I'm John White. That's right, Karen. And that's why I traveled to the border just last week, if people were wondering where I was for a couple of days, to get answers to all those questions that we've been getting from viewers and talk about uncovering the truth at the border. That was our goal. And we started with the U.S. Border Patrol El Centro sector, where agents are feeling empowered, they say, in their aim to stop the flow of migrants, drugs, weapons, and more. We started in the heart of Calexico. It's about a 2-hour drive down Highway 86, past the Salton Sea and back on Highway 111 and down to the border. We drove through town with Border Patrol agent James Lee.
We're doing the same things that we have done between the two administrations.
Seeing the 30-foot barrier that started going up during President Trump's first term.
This placard here is to commemorate the first installation of this new border wall that we put up back in 2018.
The tour includes the new river, which flows into the U.S. from Mexico, presenting a big challenge for agents. You have to decide to go in or not.
That's one tactic that they used, because this body of water, it is one of the most highly polluted body of waters in the United States. And because of that, they would be in the river, going upstream or going up north in the river, and they know that we don't necessarily want to go in the river.
And then we head west, out of town, to the end of the barrier. Right here we are 27 miles outside of Calexico, and this is where this new barrier comes to an end. It's also one of the areas where the Border Patrol very commonly works with their counterparts on the Mexican side to help patrol this area. On this day, we see two Mexican authorities through the fence with their vehicle. Unfortunately, they weren't there one day last summer when a woman's journey with her daughter came to a heartbreaking end.
A lady was abandoned by a smuggler here, and she had a 10-year-old daughter with her, and the lady succumbed to her injuries or to the heat. We don't know, because it happened on the Mexican side. So we were able to respond and rescue the 10-year-old that was abandoned alone here. And she was able to cross over on that side, and we were able to render aid to her and rescue her before she succumbed to her injuries.
The photo is blurred to not show the girl's mother, who had passed away. The risks are high for people trying to cross in such conditions. Clothing is seen discarded, even purses, by people willing to take the chance. I sat down with El Centro Sector Chief Patrol Agent Gregory Bavino.
Has anything changed in the way you're doing business between January 19th and now?
You know, John, not a lot's changed in terms of our operations here in the premier sector.
But there are differences. Chief among them, apprehensions are down a lot. We looked at the numbers, down 51.6% this January in the El Centro sector compared with January of 24.
Whether we had 10 apprehensions a day a month and a half ago, well, we've got 1 apprehension a day now. Still all low, and it's still always game on. It's just game on in a different way.
Recently, while President Biden was still in office, the El Centro sector carried out Operation Return to Sender in the Bakersfield area, which led to 78 arrests, causing some alarm in the surrounding agricultural community there.
And that was a targeted operation. We had specific targets, as well as a very robust highway team to look at those transnational criminal threats that we knew were headed into and around Bakersfield, California, so we hit that.
Overall, new checkpoints, like the ones that have been established on each side of the Salton Sea for decades, aren't expected anytime soon. At the same time, the Border Patrol won't be looking the other way should they have a reason to talk with anyone during any operation or a mutual aid helping other agencies. If you're in the country illegally, you're likely going to have a problem.
If you're an illegal alien and the Border Patrol makes contact with you, you're coming with us.
And if that happens, you could end up here, facing deportation at the final stop on our tour.
Once everything is cleared, they go ahead and go through this door. They take them out of our custody and into theirs.
And that's exactly where we're going to pick up this reporting next Thursday night. We're going to continue our series uncovering the truth at the border with a look at what's happening on the other side in Mexicali, Mexico. You'll see how the Mexican military is making its presence known there in response to the terror threats from the Trump administration and how new policy is impacting, again, the border town of Mexicali. Again, that's coming up next Thursday night at 6 on News Channel 3.